And I always like to say this, and beer is a much more complex beverage than wine. I think it's gas chromatography is a way that you can analyze a beverage for different volatile compounds and things like that. So in wine, you have about 400 of these types of compounds that contribute to flavor and aroma and things like that. Beer has over 1,200, almost 3 times as many variables that can impact the flavor profile of the beer. Walking into craft beer, some of the styles that are easy to start with, is Pilsners have, 100% malted barley, and so it has more body, has more sweetness, more mouthfeel. Blonde ales, it's kind of very similar malt profile, but it's brewed with an ale yeast versus a lager yeast. Kolsch's are another style that's kind of an easy drinker. We'll go back to those 1,200 compounds. It's like the aroma is a lot of the flavor experience. I always smell my beer before I taste it, have a sip, kind of let it roll around on your tongue a little bit, swallow it. And even then, it's not good to judge it based on the first sip, because your palate kind of has to get acclimated, I guess, to the beer. I always make the challenge is like, try a whole pint, try a whole glass, and tell me what you think by the time you get to the end of that beer, as opposed to what you thought when you had that first sip. When I go visit breweries, I like variety, so I like to try just kind of a spectrum of what that brewery has on tap. It's like I'll go light, kind of medium, amber, dark, and then something hoppy, And so what we have here is an American light lager, similar, to what most people might consider, a beer to be. It's a Belgian wit, so it's a Belgian style that uses coriander and orange peel in the brewing process. It doesn't have a lot of hop character, but it's flavorful in the sense that the yeast produces some clove character with your lagers. So it's like we've got an amber lager and then we've got a bock here. And because those styles don't have a lot of hop character, it's like you get a nice caramel character with the amber lager, and then with the bock you get a little bit dark character. Maybe some Cracker Jack kind of, toasty caramel flavors and things like that.